Final question then, is media literacy the solution, or the only solution? Again, it's a kind of rhetorical question, because my answer is, well, no, not really. I mean, there are various ways in which people have attempted to address the fake news problem as they define it. I mean, the first of those is to look to industry. There's quite a nice sort of cynical response to Facebook's efforts in this area. So what you have is companies employing fact checkers. You know, let's get the algorithms to do it. Let's put ads in the paper, as Facebook has done. Let's put up flags and labels on websites and so on. And I think what's behind this is the idea that somehow there will be a quick fix. There will be an easy solution, and you know, we'll have a series of tips. We'll have an app that will help us to sort out the difference between fake. These are real things, by the way. That we will have some kind of technological solution to the problem, and Mark Zuckerberg will provide it for us. All of this, I think, again, is assuming a simplistic distinction between what's true and what's false. Meanwhile, we have policymakers, we have government. So this was a government report that came out very recently, recommending particularly regulation. They seem to be obsessed with Facebook in particular, but also recommending digital literacy. I think, you know, in a way, the focus here is on regulation of the industry, but regulation is controversial. Regulation is undoubtedly needed, but I think the whole issue of free speech is a really important and serious issue, and I don't think it's going to be easily dealt with in these debates. So what you have is a situation where government is wary of regulation, but is looking to what it calls digital literacy as a way of addressing it. And in fact, that report makes the claim that, oh, well, we're already addressing fake news in the curriculum, so we don't need to do anything about it, which I think is a claim that, as I said, is in itself a form of disinformation. It's a lie. So what we have is, I think, some good examples of people doing media education in this area. But media education is still a pretty marginal area of the school curriculum. Media studies is done by less than 10% of kids. What we really need is media education as a compulsory core curriculum element, but we are a very long way from that. 10 years ago, there was a lot of talk about media literacy, and I would argue that a lot of it has gone nowhere. A lot of it was swallowed up by the benefactors in the centre of London, but I think largely failed to make much inroads into the education system. It was a discussion going on among media regulators, but not a discussion that really made very much inroads into education policy. So I guess my answer to my own question would be that media education, media literacy is part of the answer, but the issue here is bigger. It's a systemic issue about the media environment. It's not something that simply individuals should have to deal with. It's something that needs to be addressed at a wider social and political level. I think there is a bigger argument, in a sense, to be made here about digital democracy, about how we can use technology in the public interest, how far do we want our basic means of communication and media to be run by unaccountable private interests. That is a bigger debate, and I guess we're here to talk about fake news, but I would urge us not to lose sight of the bigger picture. That is more than my 15 minutes. As Julian says, I do rant about these things on my blog, so please go and have a look. Thanks very much.